Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I saw this video. I wanted to share it with you guys. And when I saw this, I felt bad for it. I really felt bad. This police officer's trying to do her job and she got overpowered. And thanks God for civilians that were able to help her. Right? Thanks God for that. Police officers showed up and again they were able to assist. But for a moment, for maybe a minute or so, it was a very, very scary situation. And this is the kind of situation that cops deal every single day. You know what? I challenge people out there to do this because some of you guys are like anti cops and go to your neighborhood police department and sign up for ride alongs. You could do that, right? In a lot of places, they allow you to do that. And you will be surprised to know how many dirtbags are out there terrorizing your communities every single day, right? The same thing happened to me, by the way, in the military. I couldn't even get it. When I got in a patrol car and I started riding around and I started dealing with some of these Marines, in the back of my mind, I was like, wow, honor, courage, commitment, but child abuse, beat up your wife, that's a different conversation for a different time. I appreciate our service members and I appreciate all the guys that serve. I serve in the Marine Corps, very, very proud. But it happens. There's bad people out there in every single place. So going right with police officers, you can see some of the dirtbags that they deal with. I bet you won't deal with them. You'll be like, screw that. I'm going home to my regular job. I ain't dealing with these people for this much money. But either way, I wanted to show you this video because in this situation, I really think that cops should watch this and learn from this, right? This is one of those calls that is an after action report. You look at it and you go like, wow, we need to really learn from that. And as I was looking at this right here, I was like, wow, that was a close one for this girl. Really close one. I'm going to play the video. I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot and sometimes I get sidetracked. But if you want to support the channel, you know what to do. You could become a patron. There's links down there. You could use that Amazon affiliate links. Click in there. Buy yourself some makeup. Some of you guys like to wear makeup. I don't know. Maybe. And, a little commission comes back here to the Jarhead 6 channel. All right, here we go. Here we go. Man, I like my intro. So we're going to switch here to this camera and we're going to do this. And of course, it's black. Let me see. There we go. So again, before I get into that, make sure you subscribe to the Jarhead 6 Ride, where I ride my motorcycle. I have a blast doing that. But here's the thing, you got a police officer that's trying to make an arrest, right? And as she's trying to make an arrest, she finds herself with this crazy guy, right? And you see the guy right there. So again, as she's trying to make this arrest, this guy is essentially complying, right? And then when she put hands on the guy, he becomes non-compliant. And again, let me put this right here. And this is something that is very, very common. Really, really common. People will comply. And next thing you know, they don't comply no more. So you see the girl right there, right? She's kind of like, she had a shotgun. It looks like a shotgun. It looks like it was a non-lethal shotgun. Let me get my face out of here so you can see better, right? So it looks like it was a non-lethal shotgun. Again, she's giving some type of commands. The guy is like, all right, I'm going to comply. And then she kind of put her shotgun in her bag. To me, that's a really bad position. Look at that shotgun. It's really, the slim is really long. It's kind of hanging in there. Again, really a tool that if you move or if you fall into the ground, there's probably going to be some complication. It's really difficult to control. I hated having shotguns that kind of way. But again, she's going to put hands on this guy, and this is kind of what happens. We're going to see it, then kind of going to react. She's putting her glove on, taking a lot of time, and then next thing you know, the fight's going to start. It kind of feels like she got complacent. Yeah, complacent right there. It kind of got her in trouble. As you can see right here, the guy attacked her. You see the shotgun going everywhere. At one point, the shotgun, look at that. The shotgun is kind of like pointing to her belly. She could have shot herself and, and potentially die. You see this guy trying to help. He's kind of doing like a one hand. This guy with a bottle or something in there, also trying to push him around. I mean, it seems like there's a couple guys trying to help, but really no one is trying to put some really pain on this guy, right? Everybody's like using one hand and kind of like, hey, get off. Now this guy right there is kicking, punching. I mean, this guy is trying to put some pain on him, which is, in my opinion, is appropriate, right? It's appropriate. A guy is beating up on a police officer. I think at that point, it may be appropriate to use some kind of force, if you want to put it that way. So again, this guy is really, really helping. God bless him for attempting to help. And at one point, cops are going to show up right here. So again, there we go. Police officers come in, and this guy kind of walked away. He's like doing the little walk, like it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And look, now they are able to secure this guy. But again, I'm gonna kind of take it back, literally talk about this one a little bit, because I feel like there is a lot more conversation to be done out of this call right here. So again, this was a pretty close call, if you ask me, with this police officer, with this lady. This was very, very close, to the point that at one point you guys saw that shotgun kind of like in her belly. It was kind of hanging in her belly, and she could have been shot. He could have taken the gun. Horrific things. No doubt that this guy is no match, or that girl is no match to this guy. So here's a couple things that I wanted to mention as I was looking at this call, and I was like, man, you know what? Done a lot of training on this. I've done a lot of training on securing people. I put many people in handcuff and all that stuff. But one thing that I like to think of myself is that, or as we do the after action on this call right here, is the fact that you got to be able to assess the situation. You got to be able to assess the situation. Again, I'm no expert by no means. I'm just sharing some opinions that I have. But if I come across and I see this guy right there, and I happen to be a girl, not to say that girls are, weaker or anything, don't take it that way. But maybe if you're a small guy, like a guy that cannot fight this kind of dude, because this is a big dude, right? Big dude with big dude would be better than big dude with little guy or small girl. And I realized that, you know what? Potentially, it's not going to be a way that I'm going to be able to put this guy in handcuff. I may have to wait. Maybe prolong the conversation, maybe continue to talk to him, maybe tell him to sit down. Hey, give me a minute. Maybe call for backup. Be like, hey, you guys really need to hurry up and come here. A conversation got to be taking place, because the moment that you decide to put handcuff on a dude this big and that dude resists, you're going to find yourself in trouble, because you literally by no means cannot deal with this guy. Now, here's the other interesting thing that I'm going to say. And again, I don't know what's the deal with this. I don't know the whole back out of this situation. But this girl has a shotgun. I don't know what's the deal with that shotgun. I really don't know. This shotgun is it's a long gun. Like I say, it's difficult to control. You saw that. But it's a non-lethal shotgun. Now, I kind of go back to my non-lethal instructor certification, things like that I did many, many years ago. It has been like 14 years, so don't take anything as expertise or anything like that, because again, it has been so long that I have no idea. But as far as I know, a non-lethal weapon, there is space requirements. Those rounds could be, obviously it's non-lethal, less than lethal by intent. I really don't think that was the best gun to have for this situation. You really don't have that distance that some of those rounds require to be fired. Again, really don't see how this shotgun is necessary. I would have used something else, maybe a taser. I don't know if she has a taser on her belt. I can't see her belt that good, but I would have used a taser. It would have been a better gun to control and a most effective gun. Shooting a shotgun a really close range, it could have been difficult. And then the way that she put that shotgun in the back of her bag, look at this. It's just a weapon that is not controllable. She's taking her time to put her glove on. Listen, when you're going to handcuff somebody, it's on. The moment that you say, put your hands up, I'm going to put you in handcuff, boom, it's time to put you in handcuff. It's no time for me to put my glove on. It's no time for me to do anything. This should be done fast. Securing a person that is potentially committing a crime or something like that has to be done fast. You really cannot take your time. And as you can see, again, you see how it went south from there. And you know what? This is a problem that a lot of cops have. A lot of cops think that because you're a police officer and you have that badge and a lot of people complying, some people may not comply. So again, you have that expectation that I'm going to tell you, hey, do this, and you're going to do it. But really, some people are not going to do it, right? So again, after you being a cop for a while and you tell people what to do and people happen to do it, Sometimes you think that everyone is going to do that, and that is not the reality. As you can see here, some people are not going to follow anything that you're going to say. And if you put yourself in that mentality that that person is going to do it, you may find yourself in this kind of mentality or in this kind of situation, right? You got to treat every call as something could go bad. And, it happened right here. So here's the thing. You know what? As I saw this, and as I see these people talking about defunding the police, we know that defunding the police works excellent for criminals, right? Criminals have the ability to continue to commit crime, and there's no one to stop them, right? For a party of science, they don't get that, right? California, New York, you see how they defunded the police and crime continues to go up. But they don't get that. Really, they don't get that. So, again, as you have these people defunding the police and taking away, one of the first things that's probably going to take is a specialty units, training and things like that. You see the situation, right? When these politicians are favoring criminals, because they favor a criminal by taking away the money to police departments have to do training and become better police officer. So now these criminals are doing crimes and our cops don't have the proper training that they need. And it's pretty sad, but it's reality. It's really reality. These Democrats are supporting criminals. They support the party of terrorists, and they support the, lawlessness. That's what they do. Anarchy. They love it, and they call it peaceful protest. That's what they call it, right? So, again, you know what? Hope this police department, whatever these cops are, I think it's in California, I hope that this lady learned from this situation. And you know what? I'm sorry she had to deal with this. This pretty rough. I'm glad she made it. God bless those civilians that were able to step up. But you know what? Every now and then a police officer is going to have a call like this, and that's kind of going to spice him up, right? I'm not going to go into that. I was going to tell you guys a story, but I'm not going to. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, God is in control.